From Hollywood to Columbus, one would think there's no connection. But in this week's Etc., Casey Jones found filmmaking is not limited to Tinseltown.
Jim, when you think about filmmaking, you usually talk about places like Hollywood or New York City. But today, we will introduce you to a man who says Columbus, Ohio is a great place to make movies. William Lee is a man with a mission. He's a filmmaker who sees no reason you can't make movies in Columbus, Ohio.
Well, there's been a trend in filmmaking over the past few years to get away from the Los Angeles and New York-based film productions. The reason is bottom line costs. It's cheaper to do it here. You don't have to deal with film unions. You don't have to deal with a lot of permit fees. The Ohio Film Bureau is very cooperative in that regard. The cities here in Ohio are very cooperative in that regard. Many Hollywood films have been shot Cincinnati, Cleveland, even Columbus. And so we're just following a trend that's already been started by the people moving away from LA and New York. So it's just a continuation of a trend. And there's a lot of people eager to do work. And I've always said that all the talent does not exist in Los Angeles or New York.
Lee's films have been screened in New York and other film festivals around the country, but he's still waiting for that big break.
For years, I dug into my own pockets to make films. I used credit cards, borrowed from parents, borrowed from friends, put a lot of money together, and it was usually we would put $5,000, $6,000 together and go shoot the movie. This time around, we've got an investor group of investors from all over the country, so now you're dealing with other people's money. It's a long, laborious process. We've been waiting around since March, actually, to start this film, and when you're talking about a budget of millions of dollars, it's not like you're just reaching into your pocket anymore. You're literally reaching into other people's pockets, and you have a big responsibility there to make a product that has quality, but in the bottom line, once again, is going to make these investors their money back or a profit. So it's a little rough because the waiting game, waiting around for that phone call to say, okay, it's a go, is the roughest thing. You've been told that you're going to make a multi-million-dollar film, but the waiting is probably the worst part of it.
It may take time, but Lee is determined. Like most independent filmmakers, he knows he's picked a rough road, but it's one that has its own rewards. Columbus is a long way from Hollywood, but William Lee still has his dream, a dream he's determined to make come true. That's this week's Etc. See you soon. Jim?
Thanks, Case.